Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. And today, I'll be reading a multi-character theater by Hey Satori on Tumblr. So let's get into it. Waka Katsuki. Me and Katsuki have been dating for quite a while now. I had already invited to his house, and he coincidentally met his parents. He had not expected them to be there, but they cuddled you like there was no tomorrow. They asked you tons of questions, and you had even cooked dinner with Masaro. It was a great bonding experience. Katsuki was of course not happy with this, because he only wanted you to himself. After dinner, he hauled you to his room and demanded cuddles. After that, though, he likely expected that you would introduce him to your parents too, just so things are fair and square. But after numerous hints, you still haven't gotten the clue. So he just confronts you about it, but softly. So, when are you gonna meet your parents? You kind of turned to him a little hesitantly. Your parents are pretty strict. Did not even know that you were dating Katsuki at all. All they knew was that you were doing very well at UA. Do you want to meet them? Well, just to meet mine. So that means I can meet yours too, right? Katsuki looks so tiny like that. He's just pouting, a little with his arms crossed over his chest. I mean, they're really strict, baby. I'm not even allowed to be dating you right now. And he's kinda shocked. So he just asks you more questions. What do you mean? Well, if I'm to date someone, they want the person to be like my future spouse or something. So it's either all or nothing for them. Me? Marry you? In your dreams. You have. Later knew Katsuki was teasing, but you hit him nonetheless. Let's just say that you both agree not bring him home for a while. But you certainly do bring him home. Just after you're done with UA. Todoroki Shoto. Todoroki's had his fair share of experience when it comes to parents, so he's not entirely eager to meet yours. But he does think about it every now and then, because for sure, not everyone's going to be like his father, but he's got quite a foul mouth, and no brain to mouth filter when he does speak. But at least he knows respect, just does not cross his line. He doesn't really bring up meeting your parents for a while. Your dad asked him about it once, since it was a formal thing to do when gaining a significant other. Todoroki simply shrugged and said he'd think about it. And well, he did think about it. So later that day, after training, he approached you, pulling on your arm to bring you closer to him. He soon pulled you to stop by the side of the hallway, stepping rather close to you. Can I meet your parents? Huh? It was so sudden that you couldn't help your surprise. Neither of you talked much about your parents, except for Ray, who you had met a while back. Well, I don't think you like them, sweetie. I'm sure they're lovely. Well, they're just a bit like your dad. Not the abuse part, but in the traditional sense? Taro came out strongly and pulled his hand under his arm as you resumed walking back to the arms. Well, my mother will be your mother-in-law soon, so you don't need to worry. Sarah, he's pretty chill about the idea of meeting your parents. He's not really going to plan anything, but if anything happens to happen, then he'll just go with the flow. His parents had invited you over to dinner, after they managed to spot you at a random shopping center. And Sarah was flushed, but he let it happen, walking a little behind his parents so he could hold your hand. After that, though, things are totally chill. He doesn't really expect to meet your parents. I didn't plan you meeting his parents either, but he does ask you what they're like. One day, while you were cuddling, he just looks up at you and asks, what are your parents like? They're pretty traditional. What kind of traditional? The are you prepared to marry my child and provide for them for the rest of your life? Yeah, that kind of traditional. Sarah just kind of breezes at your answer and leaves it alone for a while. Eijiro Kirishima. You had already met Kirishima's parents a few weeks back during an impromptu outing in the mall with his family. They were lovely, of course, and Kirishima is the living proof of all their hard work into making one of the nicest boys in the whole world. After that, though, Kiri had gotten a little hopeful that he would introduce them to her parents as well. Soon enough, he couldn't keep it in, and it eventually came out in word vomit. So you want to meet my parents? Kiri just nodded meekly and settled down on your bed, patting the space next to him. He plopped down and pulled him into a hug, cradling him against your chest. Listen, baby. My parents, they're not like yours. What do you mean? Well, they're kinda strict. They didn't even want me dating in the first place. Plus, if you do meet them, they're expecting that you've already thought out how you're going to ask for my hand in marriage or something like that. I mean, I can marry you now if you want. You sputter over your words and push Kirishima off your chest. What? I'm serious. After that, you and Kirishima have a thorough discussion on why he can't ask you for your hand in marriage just yet. Kaminari Denki. He's kinda insisted on meeting your parents, but only because he knows that this is like the spatial basis of relationships. Plus, he also wants to meet the wonderful people who created you. He introduced you to his parents in your first month of dating, because he just wants the people he loves the most to interact with each other. Plus, with how much he talks about you at home, they were also quite eager to meet you. So of course he's just kinda gonna be insistent. One day he runs up to your room and presents a fancy night with you, him, and your parents. He pushes you in and explains it to you thoroughly, and you feel kinda bad at dawn that this might not happen. I'm sorry, love, but I'm not sure if we can do this with my parents. He's shocked. He sits up a little for a moment, but he ends up sagging in sadness after a while. But why? And he's pouting. He feels so sad about hurting him like this. My parents are really strict. They might not approve of this. They probably even ask if you're gonna marry me or something. Yeah? But I wanna marry you, Waka. He's the cutest being in the world. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I hope you enjoyed listening to this as much as I did making it. Anyway, goodbye.